that time again for the stats where I'd be seeing how I did for AEW All Out 2021 that was in Chicago. So there will be spoilers. I was able to see it thanks to a friend who watches AEW that happens to have a day off. Anyways, hope they be off for the next AEW PPV. If not, I'd be finding out how I did familiar. So anyways, I'd be giving the results in the order when they appeared. AEW started off with a kickoff show that people could watch on YouTube, but my friend and I just watched it on the pay-per-view channel. But anyways, towards the end of it they had the 10-man tag match involving Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Wheeler, Yuta, and Jurassic Express versus Matt Hardy, Private Party, and TH2. I had Matt Hardy and his gang win. The match itself was good. However, at the end I was wrong. TNT Championship match, Miro versus Eddie Kingston. I did say Kingston will win this match. At the start Kingston was more in charge of the match, but of course, some classic dirty tactics came to play in this match. This was so close, but in with the crowd. The ref fed up by being so-called distracted by putting the top tentacle back on, while Kingston was pinning Miro, which was clearly a 5 count. If not 6, then the ref's view was blocked while Miro gave Kingston a low blow with his leg. This of course, cost Kingston to become the new champ. At the end of it I was wrong once again. Jon Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. I for one did not think this would be the second match of the main show. Maybe the fourth, but anyways I had Jon winning this one. This was a good match and there was a 30-minute time limit. Which I'm guessing once it reaches that point, it's a draw and I won't be right or wrong on this one. However, that did not happen and I was right. Then a minute or so after the match Minoru Suzuki showed up, which I'm guessing is also from NJP, as on how Moxley was reacting he dealt with him before. So they went tit for tat with stiff arms with Suzuki ending on top. So we will just have to see what happens next. AEW Women's Championship match, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Chris Statlander. I had Dr. Britt Baker winning this one. Both had someone in their corner. Well, Statlander was a disadvantage, not because Baker had 2 people, but because Statlander had Cassidy in her corner, so he could not do much if there was any outside involvement. I did think the Casino Battle Royal would before this match, and then the winner would show up at the end of this match, but that's how I would have done things. Anyways, at the end I was right. With Statlander losing her first match, so my second one of the night, making it 2 for 2. Let's see how I do for the next match, which is a steel cage match for the AEW Tag Team Championships, Lucha Bros versus Young Bucks, where I had the Young Bucks still being champs. Of course, there is no escape to win on what I originally thought being one of the ways to win. The cage itself was to the floor and had a small gap where someone can be in between. I take it it's because so no weapons could be taken out and tossed over the cage or throw it. But yeah, this was action-packed with high-flying, mask-ripping, blood-dripping match. The Young Bucks managed to have a shoe with tacks on the bottom of it to be used as weapon, which worked great. That caused the blood to spill of Lucha Bros. If I knew that Lucha Bros be played out by a live performance, I would have gone with them as any time I could remember. If a live band plays you out, you are going to win, and that's what happened here. So we have new camps, which I'm fine with. I'm just so used to watching WWE, I was thinking what they would do. So I will do my best not to think that way when it comes to AEW pay-per-view events. Next up, it was the Casino Battle Royale. Winner will face the Women's Champion for a shot at her title. I had Tay Conti to win. So the rumors were true. Formerly known as Ruby Riott, now Ruby Soho, was the Joker. Not only that, she won her debut match. So another wrong one for me. The final fight, MJF versus Chris Jericho. I had Jericho winning this one. MJF fooled Chicago and everyone watching by making us believe that classic Y2J would show up when the countdown showed up. This of course pumped up the crowd and got disappointed at the end. When Jericho did show up, his guitarist from Fozzy played him out to his entrance music. This was action-packed like the other matches, and at one point people thought MJF is going to get a count-out victory, but thank God Jericho managed to get in the ring. Then later, there was a distraction that caused MJF to grab Jericho's bat and hit him with it. Then we all thought it was it. Then Jericho put his foot on the bottom of the rope before the count of 3, but the ref did not see it and we all thought it was another screw-up, but luckily another ref was in the eyesight of the whole thing and the match restarted. And you know what happened next? If you recall what I said about the cage match towards the end, the match itself told me Jericho was going to win before the bell even rung out, and I was right. I thought this match would have closed the show, but I could see why they had it being the 7th match of the night, and that's CM Punk versus Darby Allin. I for one had Punk winning his come on. Not only it's his debut match, but he was on his home turf. Even before the match started, we had Allin zip up the body back that says best in the world is a nice touch. So man, what a match, lots of close calls, but at the end, Punk came out on top, and there was respect at the end. To settle the crowd down a bit, we had Paul White versus QT Marshall, which is another first-time match, this time for White, in which I had him winning. So yeah, of course, this match had dirty tactics from Marshall and his friends. Yet it was nothing that White could easily handle and top it off. He won too. To close out the show, the last match was the AEW World Championship match, Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega. I had Cage winning, and well, dirty tactics came to play once again, resulting in Cage losing another lose for me. Then Omega went on the mic saying no one currently could beat him for the title. Then we heard Adam Cole's music hit, and boy wasn't everyone in the arenas, and then Home got played as a fool as Cole was just a new member of the Elite. Then after a bit of beatdown, Bryan Danielson showed up, which got a huge pop. Well anyways, with 5 right and 5 wrong, I have sadly an F for my first time predicting an AEW pay-per-view event. To be fair, I did not do too bad of having it split down the middle for my first time predicting AEW. Overall I have 568 right and 187 wrong, making it still a C, so that F really did not affect my total grade. Let's hope in turn that C into an A after a few more prediction videos. Next stats will be for Extreme Rules.